coming off the 2015 season where I ended up wounding 2 bucks within 3 days. I was eager to hunt 2016 and try to set my record straight and redeem myself. I started hunting the end of October despite a lack of mature bucks on camera. And through that whole week, all I really had to show was I passed one 130-inch buck, actually right here where I'm sitting, sitting over an Eagle Seed bean plot that really turned out well last year. After that buck, I really didn't have any action until the evening hunt of November 2nd. I had a big old deer come in with nice split G2 on the left side within minutes of me setting up that night, or that afternoon I should say. I left work a little early. We had a rainstorm in the morning, and I figured that, you know, having not really seen too much daytime rut activity, I knew that any day it was all going to kick off, and I knew that that rainstorm was going to cause those bucks to want to check their scrapes. Sure enough, within 15 minutes of setting up, this mature deer came through, scraping and rubbing trees, and I did everything I could to try to call that deer. It was actually on the other side of a river, and he acted interested, he acted pissed off. When I was calling at him, he was rubbing, snort wheezing back at me, but he just would not come over the river. I'm not sure, if he saw me set up or what happened there. So I pulled strings and got the okay to hunt in the morning and come into work a little bit late. And I set up, and right at legal shooting light, 2 does came running through out of this draw, and I had the rattling antlers in my hands when they came through. I was planning on rattling right at first light. I let them move off a little ways. I was hunting a spot that it's a pinch point between a big oak woods and a big swamp that they all bed in. It's just a dynamite spot. And as soon as those does got, out of earshot, I hit a rattle sequence. No sooner did I put those horns down, did this little 1.5-year buck come just running through. And he was grunting, and he came right through. He read the script. It was perfect, And same thing as the does. As soon as he moved off, I picked up those horns again, and I really just gave a hard sequence. I felt like that was the first morning of the year that I had, decent rut activity, or seemingly decent rut activity. You just kind of feel that energy, and boy, oh boy, I hit those horns as hard as I ever do. And as I was I set the horns down on my hook, and as I was turning back, this big buck, I didn't even have time to tell which buck it was, if I even had pictures of it. I just knew it was a mature buck. He came walking in across the river, and all I had time to do was hit record and move the camera over to that wake. And he worked kind of slowly, and I waited till he was on the other side of the river, and I waited till he got right to the main crossing that I was hunting, and he acted like he was going to go up the draw up the same way that those does came from, the does and the buck. And right then I hit a snort wheeze, and that just turned him around like that. He came piling through that river. Luckily, he paused long enough while he was down in the riverbank for me to, get hooked up and draw. Or I should say, get ready to draw. And, it's unfortunate because I didn't get a chance to film him at all walking in. So I gotta try to tell this story without the footage. But I mean, that snort wheeze just elicited a response in him. He wanted to know, what other mature buck was in his territory, and I was actually hunting over a mock scrape, and later on I determined that I did have pictures of him earlier on in the year working that mock scrape. And so, when you take on that strategy of hunting over a mock scrape, these bucks are coming through to check out who is the other, dominant buck that is scraping up their territory. And I think that on that morning of November 3rd, he really thought that he had, the scrape maker.
Meh.
See him coming. I don't even know what deer that is. I don't care. Let's go. November 3rd. Let's go. Oh, I'm so jacked right now. I'm pretty sure I cooked this cornbread. I smoked them.